Happening now, a suspect accused of lighting a devastating fire that claimed 2 homes in Kennedy is now in police custody. We have the latest, live from the scene. And the story behind a new historical marker in Frewsburg. Plus, from cows, chickens, pigs, and goats, local agriculture is on display at this year's Chautauqua County Fair. An inside look at the hard work by local kids ready for the animal show.
Live and on demand, this is WNY News Now. This is WNY News Now with live breaking news.
Thanks for joining us for WNY News Now. I'm Justin Gould, and we start with a breaking news update. A 28-year-old Randolph man is facing felony arson charges after police allege he initially sparked a massive fire that destroyed 2 homes in Kennedy. Our Bronson Rasmussen joining us live at the scene with the very latest for us this hour. Bronson?
Justin, New York State Police reported the arrest of Aubrey Bays earlier this morning. Investigators said witnesses spotted him entering the house at 672 2nd Street before the fire started on Wednesday morning. Onlookers reported hearing several explosions just before flames broke out. Crews battled the intense heat while attempting to get the fire under control. The house where the fire originated quickly burned to the ground, with a neighboring structure also catching fire. That house has since been demolished due to the damage it sustained. The State Police Bureau of Criminal Investigation and the Chautauqua County Fire Investigators teamworked together to make the arrest. Bays has since been charged with 3rd-degree felony arson and is being held at the Chautauqua County Jail, Justin.
Yeah, Bronson, and this fire just so devastating for those there in the community. I hear now fundraising efforts are underway, and they're starting to really help those who lost everything.
That is very true, Justin. Just this morning, while looking around, I've seen a handful of fundraisers, each with hundreds of dollars donated towards them from the loving community that's in this area.
And I know you too also talked this morning with just some folks who were there, who are starting to wake up, and they see that 2 houses that have been on that street for decades, maybe even longer there with Kennedy's history. I imagine that's got to be tough for those neighbors who now are coming to that realization that this fire has really took so much.
One person that I spoke to when I first got here, Justin, was an older woman who said that a family member of hers lives in the second house back there that was destroyed, and they're trying to figure out what comes next.
Yeah, certainly a big question for so many people as we'll continue to cover that. Bronson Rasmussen joining us live from the scene. Bronson, thank you. Now, continuing team coverage of this, battling flames, it's the job of brave firefighters like those who responded to that blaze yesterday in Kennedy that destroyed 2 homes. However, when dealing with hot weather and the lack of easy water access, definitely no easy task. Our Julia Gress continuing team coverage today and hearing from crews about what it takes to battle these fires in hot temperatures.
We have a really good EMS side of it where we go to rehab, make sure everybody gets a lot of fluids, take rotation. We have a lot of departments here from surrounding areas to come in as manpower, not only interior but exterior, to help out and try to maneuver people around so that they're not getting overheated.
During Wednesday's response, Kennedy Fire Department Chief Keys, crews had issues with one of their dry risers, an empty pipe that is connected to a water source like a lake or pond, but they were able to source 10 tankers of water to put out the flames. Rural counties like Chautauqua rely heavily on mutual aid to have enough manpower to take every call.
During the day, everybody works. You have a day crew, but most of them are retired. Or they work night shift and they're in bed sleeping. So it's very, very, very important to have mutual aid that's going to be able to come out and help out.
Firefighter, engineer, and leader of the Rescue 7 response team, Dave Barkowiak, was amongst those on scene providing support to firefighters.
Rescue 7 and its companion truck, Rescue 7-1, which is housed at the East Dunkirk Fire Station, provides air supply and scene lighting for any fire or emergency that we're called to. We fill air bottles as they get depleted by the firefighters so they can go back to work.
Air tanks sound off when they have 33% remaining. That's when firefighters swap their packs for fresh ones. The used tanks are collected and refilled by Rescue 7's crew.
This is the 4th run for this truck in 9 days. It started out last week Monday at the Pawn Stars fire in Sheridan. And then Thursday there was a house fire in Falconer. And Sunday there was a house fire in Gary. And now this fire here. And mixed in there was a fire alarm activation. Didn't amount to anything, but we went anyways.
Julia Gress, WNY News Now.
Yeah, certainly brave firefighters there, Julia. Thank you. Well, Rescue 7 is owned by the county. It is entirely staffed by volunteers. There is a need for fire personnel, so anyone in the community who might be interested in signing up to save lives are encouraged to reach out to their local department. In other news, gasoline prices in Chautauqua County is seeing a decline as of late. This past week in Jamestown, prices started out at about $4.70 a gallon. Well, now some businesses selling gas for $4.65. According to AAA, the average price for a gallon of gas in Chautauqua County is now $4.54. AAA East Central's gas price report showing that the average prices have dropped 11 cents in the past week. The national average, according to AAA, is now $4.44 a gallon. That down from $4.60 a gallon last week. And catalytic converter thefts are on the rise across the country after an initial spike during the COVID pandemic. AAA warning that thieves are drawn to this vehicle part because 2 of the 3 rare earth metals in them, rhodium and palladium, are used to produce them worth more than an ounce of gold. Many are sold for hundreds of dollars to scrap yards or internet buyers. The victim of a catalytic converter theft can pay between $1,000 to $3,000 to have them replaced. While any car can be targeted, thieves are attracted to SUVs and fleet vehicles as well as Toyota Priuses. Well, now let's switch gears and get a first check of our weather forecast. Chief Forecaster Dakota Hunter joining us today. And Dakota, a lot of people looking for some relief in the heat department out there because it certainly was a sweltering day yesterday.
Yes, it was. The humidity was up there yesterday along with some of those showers and thunderstorms that moved through the area last night. But the Subtle Make a Sky Cam pretty much showing you just a lot of clouds around across the region right now. And pretty much what you see is pretty much what you're going to get through the afternoon hours. The satellite and radar composite, notice we still have a few little spotty showers across the inland southern tier. So, we're not going to rule out the chance for, again, a few spotty to isolated showers and thunderstorms through the afternoon. But there is an edge of clearing coming on in, but I do think it's going to be a while before some of that clearing actually gets here. We topped out at 85 yesterday. That was the air temperature. 67 is where we started the day. 95 and 38 are the records. So through the afternoon today, clouds early. It becomes partly sunny later in the day. A few spotty showers and thunder showers. 77 to 84. The humidity still up with a west wind. Now we do have another shot of some rain showers over the weekend. We will talk about it with the Ultimate Satellite Solution 7-day later in the show.
All right, we'll see you then, Dakota. Thank you. As we continue, the state rolling out a new preparedness plan for a possible COVID spike this fall. And later, a look at the new laws now in place offering support to victims of human trafficking in New York. Stay with us. WNY News Now. We'll be right back.
You're watching WNY News Now, your source for breaking news.
EagleZip.com is your local one-stop shop for all of your home and business computer needs. Located on Fluvan Avenue Extension, just outside of Jamestown, EagleZip.com sells and services all brands of desktops and laptops, as well as servers and network equipment for your business. All new computer sales include transferring your data from your old computer plus a 2-year warranty. Call EagleZip.com today.
Stop by EagleZip.com today and let us make computers easy for you.
What is going on, my New York friends? My understanding is that you're in school for a little bit longer than most people, but I got some good news for you. Where are you going to be on September 10th? in Jamestown, New York with me at 7 o'clock at the Reglena Theater, and you can get your tickets at reglena.com, REGLENNA.com. Make sure that you grab those now. It's going to be so much fun. Jamestown, New York, September 10th. Come and have fun with me.
When severe weather breaks, one team has you covered, tracking the storms as they happen. Catch your First Defense forecast daily on WNY News Now.
Stay fire safe this summer. Only use grills outdoors, away from siding and deck railings. Clean grills often and remove grease or fat buildup. Make sure your gas grill lid is open before lighting. Have a 3-foot safe zone around grills and campfires. Keep kids and pets clear of the area. Dispose of coals after they cool in a metal can. Never leave grills, fire pits, and patio torches unattended. Learn more at usfa.fema.gov.
Brought to you by the Chautauqua Safety Village and the Jamestown Fire Department.
With coverage that matters, this is WNY News Now.
The First Church in Frewsburg is being recognized for its historical significance in the rural community. Our Alyssa Wright was on hand as the new historical marker was installed. Alyssa?
Justin, the designation was presented to the building's current owners, the Relief Zone, recognizing the historical significance of the building itself and the organization's work to maintain the facility.
Back in 1843, a group of people got together, a society got together to form a group to build the church. And in 1844, the church was built, and this here is the original church.
The church itself has been around for over 100 years, and the history that is attached to it stems from one of our county legislators, John Davis's grandfather, a pastor there.
Fast forward to the 1980s, and at that time, my dad was the pastor here for a number of years. We grew up and kind of developed some roots here at this location. I remember as a child, the bell that was up in the steeple, we would swing on the rope and ring the bell to notify people in the town that it was time for church.
Today, this building is home to the Relief Zone, working to keep kids safe and off the streets.
TRZ is a community center for the youth and that. I guess they hold after-school programs, summer programs where the kids come while their parents are working and that, and kind of like a daycare center type for kids kindergarten through 6.
The sign was unveiled right outside what was once the main doors of the congregation.
We're here today to honor two things. We're here to honor and recognize this building as the first church of Frewsburg, and also to honor TRZ for what they've done in the upkeep of this building and to keep part of our town history going.
The building is an important part of the Burg's history, and many are happy to see it be repurposed.
We've got a lot of history here. This building is something that has been important to the people of Frewsburg, the people of this community, since 1844.
The Town of Carroll Historical Society is responsible for erecting the signage. This is not the first designation that the group has rolled out, however. Last fall, they also recognized the Frew Home and the Happy Face Barn, two staples of the community. Live in the studio, Alyssa Wright, WNY News Now.
New York State has announced new COVID preparedness initiatives ahead of the fall season. Governor Kathy Hochul said New York is closely working with public health experts to craft a fall action plan to address the potential for seasonal COVID surges later this year. The state is also working on strategies to allow students to return safely this fall. The plan includes distributing 3 million tests to schools before returning for the next year and encouraging more New Yorkers to get vaccinated and boosted. And Governor Kathy Hochul has signed several new pieces of legislation to provide support and resources for victims of human trafficking. The governor's office says the new laws will make sure that locations such as airports, bus terminals, hotels, and truck stops feature information on the subject. This will inform employees and visitors alike of crucial info about the practice of human trafficking. The governor's office also says the legislation will provide ways for victims to learn their rights and what resources are available to help. There is a new number and name for the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline. The new 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline is available 24/7 at no cost. In Pennsylvania, both the 3 new digit code for calling and the previous 10-digit number will still be directed to the 13 crisis resource centers throughout the Commonwealth. The lifeline connects callers to trained crisis response professionals. Officials say the shorter dial code is more accessible and can make a huge difference when someone is in need of help.
The change over to the shorter, quicker to remember 988 makes life-saving suicide prevention and crisis response support easier to reach than ever. This outreach can save lives.
You can call or text 988 if you or a family member is experiencing a behavioral or mental health crisis. Coming up, Democratic members of Congress, they're pushing for more gun reform, eyeing a ban on semi-automatic style rifles. Our Capitol correspondent has more. But first, when we come back, a full look at our weather forecast. Stay with us. WNY News Now is back right after this.
You're watching WNY News Now, where coverage comes first.
It's never too soon to celebrate the holiday season, and this year, Christmas in July in Jamestown is better than ever. First, the Jamestown Tarp Skunks will take the field at Russell E. Dietrich Jr. Park on Friday, July 22nd, with a fireworks show to follow. Festivities continue on Saturday, July 23rd, featuring a color run for kids and adults at the Northwest Arena starting at 9 a.m. Then, the Jamestown Public Market is partnering with Toys for Tots to host a craft fair and a downtown sidewalk sale. Also, a 12-team curling tournament will be ongoing at the arena later in the night. Join us for a Christmas-themed movie outside the National Comedy Center with a screening of National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation at 6:30. All you'll need is a lawn chair. And finally, to cap the day, the Greater Jamestown Riverwalk will play host to a special holiday village starting at 8 p.m. Learn more online at ccsolutions716.com.
I'm a survivor. I'm a survivor. I'm a survivor.
Testicular cancer is the leading form of cancer in men aged 15 to 35.
1 in 250 men will be diagnosed with testicular cancer.
But 98% will survive if detected early.
As a survivor, I believe early detection is the key. Learn how to do a testicular self-exam and other important facts about testicular cancer at oneball4tc.com.
You're watching WNY News Now, your source for breaking news.
Fast, accurate, and everyday. First Defense Weather.
Welcome back, everybody. And we had some rain last night. Did you notice? Silver Creek, 0.03 of an inch, or about 0.35 inches. Ishway in the hills of Cattaraugus County, 0.23 inches. Jamestown, a little more than a tenth of an inch. And once you work down towards Randolph, only 0.03 of an inch. So we didn't get as much rain as we were hoping for, and this has not helped on our drought monitor either. The new update to the drought monitor, just updated today, has now put portions of the southern tier under a moderate drought condition, which includes southern Allegheny County, a small little tip of Cattaraugus County, and then going down into northwestern PA as well. So we need a lot more rain here. Again, we're running over now 4 inches below normal rainfall again for the season here in the city. So we need a lot more rain than that. The HD News Now cam showing lots of clouds around right now. 74, it's breezy with a west wind of 16. There's your dew point at 65. So even though the temperatures have came down, that dew point hasn't fallen at much at all. So it's not going to feel that much better out there today when you're dealing with a dew point like that. But the chance of rain is going to be going up. We do have a scattered chance today, isolated chance Friday, should be mainly dry Saturday. Sunday looks like our better chance for more widespread rain, and then it turns more scattered again by the time we go into early next week. In fact, talking about the rainfall totals, this is the QPF over the next 5 days. We could be looking at about a half an inch, a quarter of an inch, maybe upwards of an inch in spots. So again, this will be, and most of this will likely come on Sunday. So again, well-needed rain coming our way for the second half of the weekend. First Defense Doppler just showing you where those little scattered rain showers are now. Again, mostly out towards Allegheny County, moving out towards Steuben County. That's mainly where this is right now, but we are not going to rule out a few more scattered showers as we go through the afternoon hours. Cold front is pushed on through, so again, why the temperatures have dropped because of the cold front, but we're still having a lot more humidity in the air. That cold front's relatively weak. So the computer modeling shows you those isolated showers popping up across the afternoon hours. So again, we're not going to rule those out. Tonight should be mainly clear, but we are going to see a few clouds rolling in after midnight. Tomorrow we should start mainly dry, but there could be a couple isolated showers around. And then tomorrow we get another chance for scattered afternoon showers and thunderstorms. We're not expecting any severe weather tomorrow, but again, the chance of rain tomorrow is at about a 25 to 30% chance in area tomorrow. Then that clears out for Friday night. Saturday will be a nice day with lots of sunshine for us. So the day planner for Friday, the day we're looking ahead to the weekend, 64 at 7, 79 at noon, 84 at 5, just a few scattered afternoon showers and storms. Now the future, next 7 days, powered by Ultimate Satellite Solutions. So 84 tomorrow, mainly dry, but again, we will have a few afternoon showers and thunderstorms. Now on Saturday, mainly dry, but the heat and humidity does return. There's a better chance for showers and storms. Sunday, 84. Monday, a few scattered showers, but less sticky and cooler, thank goodness. And then temperatures moderate to around average for early next week, Justin.
All right, yeah, the dog days of summer starting to set in, Dakota. Thank you. Well, this just in to our newsroom. President Biden now testing positive for COVID-19. The White House says he tested positive Thursday morning and is experiencing very mild symptoms. The president, who is fully vaccinated and twice boosted, has begun taking Palaxib to help with symptoms and will isolate at the White House until he tests negative per a White House protocol. Now, his spokesperson says he will continue to carry out all of his duties from his residence, including planned meetings via phone or Zoom. And the U.S. Postal Service will worry less about gas prices next year. Wednesday, USPS announced it is increasing its order of electric mail trucks. It now says at least 40% of its new fleet will be electric. That's up from the 10% it originally planned. The small percentage drew backlash from the White House and others, hoping to steer the post office towards zero-emission vehicles. The Postal Service now plans to buy 33,800 electric delivery vehicles. Those vehicles could be seen on mail delivery routes as soon as late next year. And the January 6th committee's last hearing of the month is tonight. Committee aides say the panel will show how President Donald Trump, quote, refused to act to defend the Capitol, end quote. It will also show in a detailed 187-minute exchange between the end of his speech at the Ellipse, where he told supporters to march to the Capitol, and then releasing a video telling the rioters to leave. There are plans to use video depositions from a number of former Trump aides who were with him that day, along with video outtakes of his recorded message to his supporters after the riot, and 2 former White House aides who quit after that riot will testify. Committee aides wouldn't say whether there would be any more hearings after this one. And Congress passed one of the biggest gun reform bills in decades just a couple weeks ago. Now, Democratic members are pushing for more gun reform. They're eyeing a ban on automatic-style rifles. Our Washington, D.C. correspondent Rachel Knapp has more.
Democratic members cited recent mass shootings like Uvalde, Texas, Buffalo, New York, and Highland Park, Illinois, where automatic rifles were used, and these members say that civilians should not have access to these.
We are serious in saying America can do better. America must do better. It is inexcusable, unacceptable, un-American for us to sell combat weapons to a man like the shooter in Highland Park. There is no excuse. There is no Second Amendment excuse to allow that sort of thing to happen.
Locals from Highland Park, Illinois were at the Capitol testifying in a Senate hearing on preventing mass murders. Officials say a shooter used an assault rifle and opened fire on a crowd at a 4th of July parade, killing 7 people and injured many more. Democratic members in both chambers are pushing for a ban on assault weapons, and today in a House committee, they even looked at a bill that would do exactly that. However, Republicans are heavily against this.
These bans would be ineffective and not consistent with the right of self-defense.
2004 Department of Justice study concluded that after 10 years of assault weapons ban, there was no statistically significant evidence that banning assault weapons reduced gun murders.
At one point in our history, the U.S. did have an assault rifle ban. Following a series of shootings in California, Congress in 1994 enacted a federal assault weapons ban, but it was passed with a 10-year sunset provision, which means that ban expired in 2004, but Congress did not reauthorize that ban. Looking at the recent bipartisan bicameral gun reform legislation President Biden signed into law, Democrats pushed for an assault rifle ban, but that's one of the areas Republicans drew the line at. Even though there's a renewed push for this ban, if this bill makes it out of the House and into the Senate, it's likely that it'll fail in the Senate. Back to you.
Next, a look at the happenings right now at the Chautauqua County Fair, specifically agriculture, which is on display this year. An inside look at the hard work by local kids gearing up for their animal shows.
With coverage that matters, this is WNY News Now.
I don't think that many kids in my son's school even do it.
He makes fun of his friend who vapes.
He would never try it.
She's into soccer.
She's on the honor roll.
She's just not the type.
No way.
No way.
No way.
No way, my kid would never vape.
Get your head out of the cloud. Today, nearly 8,000 kids will start vaping. Maybe even yours. Learn about the dangers at talkaboutvaping.org.
Slow down.
Slow down and move over.
Move over.
When you see signs,
Lights.
Vests.
please give us some room.
Slow down.
Slow down and move over. When you need help,
It's our job
To help you.
to save you.
despite the danger.
This danger
This danger is real.
Do your part.
please
Slow down. Slow down. And move over.
move over.
The Chautauqua County Fair is back, and perhaps one of the most popular attractions for kids and adults alike is the assortment of livestock available to see. From cows, chickens, pigs, goats, there's pretty much something for everybody. It's all part of the 4-H program. Our Jackson Hickey has more.
4-H is an organization which aims to empower young people through several different skill-building activities. The program reaches millions of kids around the nation, elementary to high school, including right here in Chautauqua County. Everett LeBaron, a student in the program's poultry project, talked to me about the work that goes into preparing for the fair.
Yes, it is our big event of the year. It takes about a few weeks, like 2-3 weeks to get ready for fair. Now that doesn't include washing the animals, that just includes getting crafts and stuff like that ready.
Organizers say it's more than just raising an animal and showing it off, though. Those who take part gain valuable real-world skills and experience through the program.
I've been able to see how many children in the community actually benefit from 4-H from all ages. They begin at 4 and they can graduate at 18, and throughout that entire time that they're involved, they are constantly improving on communication skills, knowledge, their empathy, and of course their experience with agriculture, which benefits the entire community for future generations.
Students like Junior Supervisor Genevieve Smith agree that the time spent working on the project helps bring about opportunities in the future.
Well, it teaches children how to be responsible and respectful, and especially for our younger children, our Clover Buds, it has a great program for them to grow up, and it looks really, really good for colleges because it shows responsibility. And
If you visit the fair this week and you'd like to make a contribution to the project, organizers are holding a basket raffle in the poultry barn to benefit the 4-H program. It's one of the many activities in our area helping kids grow. Jackson Hickey, WNY News Now.
All right, Jackson, thank you. Yeah, certainly so much to see, so much to do, and talk about a great positive thing for kids to do. They learn how to nurture. They can get involved in their community and even have public speaking, right? Talking to people. I mean, it doesn't really get any better than that. And you're only steps away from my favorite part of the fair, which happens to be the carnival food, if you didn't notice any different. But I know, Dakota, you're a tractor pull fan. That's been a thing. So there really is so much to do, and it is great to have it back this year for sure.
Which honestly is so weird because, you know, I don't want to get into it because no.
You've been
Goodbye.
to tractor pulls because there
Goodbye.
were tractor pulls during the pandemic, I believe.
No, it has nothing to do with
No?
that. It just, goodbye.
Well, we tried to get a comment out of you. That's it for us today. Have a wonderful day. We'll see you tomorrow for our TGIF edition.